I am standing in front of the stately Wayne Manor, home of the billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne. Okay, I confess I'm really not in Gotham. Rather, I'm in Alliance, Ohio. And this building is the home of their Board of Education. However, I could see the Cape Crusader hanging out in digs like this. The latest movie, The Dark Knight, is a very complex piece of cinema. It is certainly the most provocative of all the Batman movies to date. How it has gained a PG-13 rating rather than an R rating because of all the violence is beyond me. I'm just an old coot, I guess. However, the movie is action-packed and complex in its ethics and its philosophy. The Joker is a sociopathic murderer who is a human being devoid of any semblance of a conscience. Unintentionally, the movie makers have, in the Joker, given the best portrayal of the devil that I have ever seen. The Joker does evil not because it will make him wealthy, not because it will make him powerful, not because he gets pleasure in it, but he chooses to do evil simply and purely because it is wrong. And all the while, trying to tempt people with some principles, some scruples, into giving up their scruples and embracing his way of life. This is a chilling movie indeed. The special effects, the chase scenes are all top-notch, but rather boring, as moviegoers were pretty jaded in this area. The movie goes along at a fairly good clip. However, the Joker's preternatural gifts of putting explosives everywhere simultaneously and frustrating the good guys at every turn is a bit much. Now, in this movie, there is the question of sin and damnation, sin and salvation. The Joker constantly puts up moral dilemmas for the heroes to solve. The movie is filled also with some standard cliches. Since the time of silent movies until today, the heroines have been put in horrible, dangerous situations. Poor Nell tied to the railroad tracks in the silent movies, with the hero trying to get there in time to save her. Well, that's incorporated in this movie, but with a different outcome. This notion that somehow there is good over evil and evil over good is the part of all true drama. Now, does this movie succeed as a dramatic presentation? Well, I have my reservations on that. Certainly, Heath Ledger, in his final performance, gives us a chilling character, an embodiment of evil at every level. Batman, however, is an ambivalent figure. He has some strengths and some weaknesses. And this should make him more identifiable to us, the viewers, but somehow not really. The tension in the movie is rather low because the secondary characters are all rather shallow, comic book-like. Surprise, it's built on a comic book theory. However, we can see in this movie the possibility of redemption even amongst people who are generally considered evil, especially in the scene where there's one ferry boat filled with ordinary citizens, another ferry boat filled with hardened criminals, both tempted to blow each other up to save themselves. and both deciding to do the right thing in spite of the joker's temptation to do what is evil and slaughter those around them. This movie will certainly live a long time and be debated and discussed. However, I would urge you, the viewers, to turn away from evil for its own sake and do what's good for its own sake. Be righteous for righteousness' sake, not because of a reward or fear of punishment, but because it will increase your dignity as human beings. And you won't need a cape and a mask to do what's right. In the daylight, you can do what's good, and in the process, be proud to be human and make your family, friends, and community happy to know you. God bless you on your path of virtue. God strengthen you in your battle against any inclinations in your heart that may be tending to choose evil. Don't be a joker, but be a wise person rather than a wise guy. God bless you in this life.